I am here back on this particular platform with another health segment. And this time I just decided I'd hop on live to give you guys an opportunity to see the things, to ask any questions that you may have regarding the diet. And so, for many of you that sit on this particular platform, you know that I incorporate healthy, different options as an alternative to some of the more refined options for your food items within your household. And so this is none other than the different options that I introduced to my family through cleaning up our diet and adhering to the sensitivity of gluten with my youngest twin. And so these are some breakfast biscuits that you can find at Publix. And as you can see, I found these on a pretty good deal, two for $6.49. So that's not bad. And it comes with four of them in there. They're not really big, but they look exactly like the picture on the box. And so with this particular item, like I said, it is something that you can have as a grab and go. And then for the muffins, the blueberry muffins are actually an item that we find at HomeGood. So HomeGoods always has like these cute little finds, and they have multiple flavors for this. And so with this particular flavor, this blueberry, but not bad priced at all, at $4.99. You can't beat that. And then on top of that, you get 8 muffins in a box. So instead of you just doing like a full serving, you could pair it with fruit. You could do something quick like that, or it could just be like something that you keep, especially if you know that you have a kid that's young and they need to snack in between places that you're going and you're traveling or something like that. Super small, super cute. This is about how big it is in hand. And so, yeah, like it's a super win. And so this particular item, like I said, is not very big. This is like it sitting in my palm, and I don't have a big can. So that's something that's pretty big. And then you also have these guys. So Catalina Crunch has a very good traditional gluten-free option for your Tex Mix or your trail mix. And so a lot of times when you have a child that has a sensitivity with gluten, what ends up happening is their food looks completely different. So I try to opt for options that have something that is going to be similar to the other kids and what it looks like. So if they take this muffin, um, they're not going to necessarily know if this is something that's different from the other kids and what they may have in their lunch bag or their little, traveling pail or whatever. And so these particular trail mix, this traditional one, is not something that's going to be gross. It tastes pretty good. I actually have my kid that does not have a gluten sensitivity to eat this, and it tastes pretty good. It doesn't last very long. And these are actually on BOGO at Publix this week. So that would be a great alternative because they are a bit expensive. Like I said, just incorporating the gluten-friendly diet is something that, you have to learn how to manage, because this little bag is only 5.25 ounces, but it is $8 for a bag. And so on BOGO, you get both of these without having to, overspend, or you just budget for it. And then you have the alternative for your breakfast cereal. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the kids they want to eat what they're used to eating, especially if you have a kid that has a gluten sensitivity and you're transitioning from the things they're used to being able to eat. You want to find something that's going to be healthy for one, and then something that's going to be nutritional and not taste nasty. And so the ingredients are super simple. Those are your ingredients. It does not have like a lot of crazy ingredients in it. And so you see it doesn't have like all of this weird additives or preservatives in it. And that's another thing that you kind of want to steer away from. And so that's the second item by Catalina Crunch. And like I said, both of these items you can get at Publix this week for on BOGO. And so that's two for the price of 8 for the cereal or for the trail mix. And for those of you that are just joining, the breakfast biscuits, that's an option as well. And I found these on a deal, but regular price, they're $6. So it's only 4 of these in here. So that's what I'm talking about when I say it can be a little bit pricey when you're doing gluten-free diets. And so with that, you just want to look for these opportunities to try stuff, especially if you don't know what it tastes like, because I wouldn't ever want anyone. Hi, Muhammad. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you for joining. And so like I said, you don't want to just kind of throw away your money. So I like to try things with her when they are on sale or if they're on a BOGO. So this item, we knew that we liked it because she's tried it before. And then these gluten-free mini blueberry muffins are something that she's also tried. So these items, we already know how they taste. They come in different flavors. I think they have like a banana nut bread one. They also have like the little lemon Madeline. So they have like a variety. And I usually find them at Home Goods. I have not seen them in my local grocer, but they do carry them, I want to say, at like a Fresh Market. The Fresh Market has them. And so this is an option. And these are not very big. Two of these is supposed to be a serving, but you could easily pair this with a piece of fruit and allow that to be like a snack option, or just something easy to grab and go for your kid or the person in your household that you may be structuring the dietary items for that person in general. And so breakfast wise, you also have this pancake mix, which is King Arthur. And so King Arthur Baking Company, they have several options as to what they house. And so they have a traditional flour, but this one is actually just the pancake mix. So it's already included with your different types of flour already combined. So you'll see all of these are going to be gluten-free flours, of course, because it's a gluten-free mix. But just to give you an idea of how it's a little bit different, this is what you would find. This is what you find when you look at the gluten-free items. So it's a little bit different. But with this pancake mix versus the last one that I did on the gluten-free segment, this one requires more than just your water. So this one is not just an add water. You actually have to have the milk, the eggs, and the oil. So just be mindful of that. So even though it is a little bit less expensive, you do have to have those other items on hand. So just kind of whatever floats your boat on that. And so oh, listen, absolutely, Jack. You can have, yes, Jack. And so, yeah, these are actually a good item. And they don't, with gluten-free items, you have to kind of just, it's trial and error, because a lot of their items, it's a drier texture because it does not have certain ingredients in it. So when you're examining and exemplifying, you're, learning to get the examples of what it is that you like or you're looking for. That's why I said just, go for things that are on sale so you can try it at least once before you go and you stock up on it. But we know we like these. These are a hit. These are definitely a hit. And they're, like I said, bite size. 2 of them would be a serving, and it comes with at least 4 servings. So that's 8 in a pack, which is not bad. And you can easily pair that with fruit. And then, like I said, the pancake mix, you do have to have the other items, but at the same time, it is less expensive than if you just went and bought the King Arthur flour, and now that's like $8 or $9. And so then outside of the gluten-free options, just for my other kids and my husband, we like these. So Kashi has these, like the maple waffle bites. They do not last long, guys. I'm telling you, it's like a waffle, just somebody put it in cereal. And so they did a great job with these. It's not a lot of ingredients as well on this one. Kashi is known for their, simple ingredients, as well as Cascadian Farms, and which is, I think I did them the last time. And so this one, these are your ingredients. And what I love about these is it still has that sweet scent. And, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And so with these, they actually don't have a lot of sugar. And so the sugar that you do see is going to come from that item right there. Do you see it? It's maple syrup and cane sugar. So it's not refined. And that's what you want to look at when you're cleaning up your diet. Like I said, we ended up making a lot of dietary changes due to gluten sensitivity and pre-hypertensive just things appearing in my husband's life. And so when we switch to these, you get to have that same great experience of having something that is good but not super full of refined items. And so the next one is one that my son actually likes. So he loves this one. This is a strawberry banana smoothie. And so instead of Fruit Loops, of course, you have something that's made with multigrain, and it's also flavored with natural flavors. And so this right here is the same, so you have 9 grams of sugar in this one as well. And you see it comes with cane sugar and the natural flavors. So that's what I like about Kashi. And this is actually something, like I said, I just wanted to hop on here and give you guys like a health segment, because I have not done that. I know I've posted some food items. As you can see, I do not just kind of eat trash. I don't want that in my diet, because I'm not trash. And I hope you guys are treating yourselves as such as well. You shouldn't be filling up on trash, because you are what you eat. And so you don't ever want to give yourself something that you know is going to be harmful and not beneficial to your system, because it does alter your functionality. So if you're eating things that are going to make you slothful, then you're not going to be able to function at a very diligent rate. And so, like I said, the Catalina Crunch, this brand is on sale BOGO at Publix this week. And no. And so Kashi actually has the strawberry banana loops, and I think these are on BOGO too, but if not, they're not too badly priced. It's like $6 or $7 a box. And then you, like I said, have these, and they're always priced like they are $4.99, at least in where I'm at. And so not big, super tiny, bite size, but paired with some fruit, and now you have your gluten-free option for a muffin on the go. And then, like I said, with these, it's kind of a trial and error. You have to see if you like it. And so if you like it, yes, they are Brooklyn. And so, yeah, listen, that BOGO at Publix this week. And so if you haven't had a chance, run down and yes, So I see someone in the comments, all right, Baddie Brooklyn. So you understand, these are good. Like it's no joke. This stuff it's you got to find what works, because some of this stuff you get, and it may not be good. It may be too dry. It may be crumbly. Like, there are some brands of bread that we just do not do. But when I find things like this, I either try to take a picture or just hop on and share with you guys, because I know that it's for us anyway. When we were introduced to this gluten-friendly lifestyle, it was something that was life altering, because it's pricey. So the Catalina Crunch, they are Brooklyn, $8 a box. But if you catch it on BOGO, they are $2 for the 8. So you get to try the trail mix and the cinnamon toast crunch. We know what both of these taste like, so of course I wait for them to go on sale and I load up. And then with these breakfast biscuits, they look exactly like they are on the box, but you got to be mindful, there's only 4 of them, and I bought this on a deal. So these would be $6 for this one box for just 4 little biscuits. So you got to be mindful of that. That's why I say, like, I would try it before I actually, just kind of invested in it, like, long term. Yeah, $8 is not bad, but $8 is for the bag. So it's typically just $8 for one bag. And so, whereas you would get a big box of cereal. So, for example, you have this one, and then this is, healthier food. So, of course, you're going to expect to pay a little bit more. But you see, this is only 0.9 ounces. This is an entire 10-ounce box for less than this. And that's what I'm talking about when I say that, like, the expenses and the pricing is a little bit different. So here you're getting almost 10 times that amount, but at the same time, you're getting gluten-free option here, and then you're getting a health component here. And so both of them are cleaner ways to eat, but at the same time still have some type of flavor that is going to satisfy your palate. And so, yeah, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, they're good. And so then, like I said, the pancakes, you have the pancakes here, and they are pretty decent. But at the same time, like I said, with this one, this particular brand, it comes with all of the different flours in it. And so that's your guide to everything that's going to be in it. And that's a little bit different, because that's what gluten-free flours typically have. And that's, so you have to kind of get used to it. Like I said, it is a drier texture, so you'll have to figure out how to incorporate more liquid in it. But guys, that's what I have for you today. So I'm grateful that you guys took the time to kind of hop on with me and see these health items that you can try and incorporate into your diet, especially if you're looking for the gluten-free options in your diet and you're looking to kind of clean up your diet. So yeah, they're really good. They actually look like, they taste like, and they look like, so it kind of looks like a little banana. It looks like a little banana, and they smell yummy. It really smells like a smoothie. That's what it smells like. And then when you pour your milk on it, it doesn't get thick or anything like that in consistency, but it does taste like a smoothie. It's like you're eating a smoothie, but a crunchy smoothie. And then these guys, I'm telling you, they don't last long. They do not last long in my household because, like, we love waffles. I do homemade stuff all the time, French toast, anything like that. So, any type of breakfast, anything similar to a pancake, a biscuit, or something like that, then yes, we are in for the win. And so, yeah. I hope this helps you guys, and I am grateful, like I said, to be able to pass down this knowledge that I have been able to obtain through this journey of dieting healthier and transitioning and incorporating gluten-free options for our daughter. And so if you guys have any questions, just let me know, or else we will be getting ready to yeah, yeah, you can go ahead and ask. What's your question, Brooklyn? I don't understand your question, sweetheart. So you say, can I be moderate, as in portion size? Oh yeah, yeah. You can be moderate in portion size. So like with these in particular, so you see it's not like a lot of sugar in it. That's one of the things I like about it. You don't have but 9 grams of sugar in this, and it's not any added sugar. So you see it's cane sugar, which is not refined, and then you have banana and strawberry puree. And so as far as your other sugars go, it's nothing else in it. So you being moderate with this, I would say, still break it up because you don't want to do extensive amounts. Yeah, the calorie portion is not bad, honey. 140 calories out of a 2,000, daily caloric intake is not bad at all. And so, yeah, I would say you would have a little bit of wiggle room. That's not bad at all. And so when you look at this one, it's the same. It's the same. So your trail mix, and that's got protein, and this one's 110. So the cinnamon toast crunch, if you're worried about the caloric intake, would be a easier option for you. And so that's, you have that option as well. So that's 110 for your caloric intake. And then you have, let's see what the biscuits you're not going to want to mess with then if you think 140 is not good. But 210 is not bad either. And so it's because it's 3 cookies per serving. So in those packs, the 4 packs that you have 3 of those. So 12 biscuits. So you could break it up if you wanted to. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Well, I'm grateful. Yes, yes. First time on my page, yeah, because I do health segments as well. Oh, you're vegetarian. Okay, so I don't know that I am. Well, guess what? What does that say? So, so no, there you go. Vegan. Even if you're vegetarian, but vegan. So there you go. So these are approved. I don't know that these state that they are vegan. So you have to do your research on this one. So try this one, and that way you'll know if that one's is vegan option for you. But yeah, but yeah, we do dietary content on here and health segments. Any questions on any of the items that we have? Yeah, well, see, well, I would say like just kind of incorporate healthier things, because if your child has like a hard time focusing, a lot of that comes from their diet, rest, and then environment. So, such as if you have a lot of things on, she said her kid is a big bag. Oh no, don't call the kids big bag. Like, just don't. Okay. So, with your kids' diet, what you want to look for is the behavioral pattern. So, if you notice that when you pack certain things in their lunch, then you may want to just examine how much sugar they're getting, and then look at things such as how much rest are they getting. Also, followed by, just the different things that they're doing throughout the course of their day. And so it's not just about diet. Your environment matters too, what you're allowing, like how much outdoor time do they have. Yes, I have 4. Like, yeah, like it's no joke. I'm not buying cereal for myself. But at the same time, it's a lot of different things that you may have to examine in order for your kids to kind of have that, consistency. So I would always recommend look at their diet, look at the things that they may be incorporating throughout their day or their week. Are they exercising? Are they active? Are you incorporating a lot of junk foods? If it is junk foods, then I would just switch to something that's fresh. So like I said, those muffins would be an option to still give them a sweet treat, but at the same time pair it with like a banana or some apples. And so that would easily clean up that little hiccup as far as it being something that your kids may be used to having. So it's like I said with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I like to make sure that I have things that are similar to the things that she ate before she had to have a gluten-free diet. So a part of that is, you know, looking for things that you know your kid is going to like. So if you know your kid likes things that are kind of sweet versus savory, then you're going to look for things that have natural sugars versus refined ones. And that's a great way to cut it down. And if you know that your kid is typically very active without having any sugar, you don't want to do any type of dyes and things like that. They're just not good for you anyway. So it messes up your your endocrine system. So I would not recommend that. You know, clean it up as best you can and just start to read your labels, guys, because a lot of this stuff, like, when you start to read the labels, you're like, what in the heck is that? Like, you start looking at stuff and you're like, I don't want to put that in my body. So like I said, I'm not trash, so I'm not putting it in my body. So I just recommend that on this particular platform, as always, guys, and I'm grateful for you guys taking the time. So if we don't have any other questions, I am going to go ahead and end this segment. But yes, Baddie Brooklyn, please feel free to reach out to me and ask any other questions via the link in my bio, and I would be more than happy to help you guys. And while we're waiting on that, we will go back and you guys can see. So these are the items that we have. Even with a young one, Brooklyn. Yeah, but see, with these, Brooklyn, you can still make it accessible because, like I said, if instead of giving them like a ginormous muffin, this is like a mini. So this is still something that's accessible for them, but it's something that's healthier eating. So that's what I mean when I say, like, just kind of clean it up, because when you look at this stuff, your ingredients are not going to be weird. So, for example, we didn't look at the ingredients in this one, but that's your ingredients. Eggs, sunflower oil, sugar, rice flour, potato starch, half candied blueberries. So you have potato starch, glucose, and so like these are your ingredients. It's not something that's crazy. Okay? Yeah, so I would just try those. And like I said, Home Goods, they always have them. And then they have like lemons. They have like little cookies, Madeline. So like I said, I want her to feel as comfortable and as, you know, similar to the other kids that she may be around when she's pulling out these snacks and not just standing out. All right, honey. Well, I am glad that you joined. I look forward to the next one with you. All right, guys. Well, if no one else has any questions, we will go ahead and wrap. All right, guys. I pray that all of you guys have a successful week in everything that you do heavenly. And so until next time, guys, I wish you well. Take care, guys.